Now in this video, I'm going to share with you the so-called cars from the late Honorable Jaramogi Oginga Odinga that people usually use against Raila, saying he will never be a president due to his late father's words. Welcome to Cuba News. Don't forget to like and to subscribe. Now I have two stories surrounding Raila's State House bid. I'm going to tell you all the two stories, but I'm not doing this to offend anyone. This is a sensitive information, so I was just curious to also know about the matter. So I did my research and found the two stories interesting, and I decided to share with you. Now, it is said that Raila's grandfather was cast by the 17th king of the Wanga, Nabongo Mumia. Those who did history must have come across this name severally. Now, the cause of these cars is that Raila's grandfather failed to the Wanga kingdom as he was one of the kingdom ministers in 1890s, the time the British government was growing its route to the western Kenya. Now, the grandfather planned an internal coup to overthrow the Nabongo Mumia's rule since he was not satisfied with the minister position, but the coup failed. Now, the King Nabongo was a very close friend to the grandfather, according to the Wanga historians, and so he decided not to punish his friend by death, but instead curse him and cast him or send him away from the Wanga community, which he successfully performed. And during the event, according to the Wanga narrators, the king told him that him and his offspring will manage to come close to the power but will never possess it. So in this case, Raila was not directly cast. Now, according to historians, the cars began to be clearly seen after the king's death in 1949. In 1961, after Kenya's independence, all instruments of power were handed over to Raila's father, but he refused and was given to the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, who threw him out of the government. In 1982, it's alleged that the Odingas were part of the coup, but it failed. In 1982, Raila's father was going to win, but a sudden event turned Ford into confusion and Moi retained the presidency. In 1997, Raila's first bid fell on the same fate. In 2002, Raila was lied by Kibaki. He helped him, but Kibaki turned against the agreement. 2007, Raila alleged that he won, but powers were taken from him. In 2013, he failed to collaborate with Ruto, saying his reputation will be affected due to the then Ruto's ICC case, and he believed that the Kalenjins will not be convinced to vote for a Kikuyu. So, during the elections, he failed. In 2017, he was even sworn in as People's President, but never occupied an office. In 2022, he was even supported by Uhuru to get Kikuyu's votes after President Uhuru turned against his deputy, the now President Ruto, but still Raila lost. Now, on the other side, this is just Raila's fifth attempt, and Zambia's President Hakainde Hichilema also tried 5 times only to win on his 6th attempt. Now, the second story is the one you might have come across about Raila being told the tough words by his blood father. Now, it was in 1992 during a delegate conference at a city stadium when Raila forcefully disrupted the event with an army of youths and confronted his father. This must be a Ford conference as his father was the chair. As I told you, his father almost won the elections, but so his father instructed him to calm down and behave, but Raila ignored him, and this resulted in a shouting exchange that almost brought the conference to a standstill. It was at this point where Jaramogi told his son this, and I quote, "Amolo, shut up and tell those youths to go away." Raila insisted to be heard, as according to him, his father was too old to be the party's chairperson. I mean, Ford Kenya party. So Raila wanted to be the chair by force. So, after the crowd continued shouting, Jaramogi, out of anger, told his son this, and I quote, "Amolo, it's good that you have found it worth to disrupt this conference. Remember, I started this struggle since independence, way before you were even born. I have fought Kenyatta and Moi but never succeeded. I'm still struggling now to be the president of Kenya up to now. I want to tell you this, if your intention is to sink me down for a takeover, you will also struggle until your sunset days trying to be the president, and you will never be. And of quote, 2 years later, Jaramogi died before erasing the curse with a counter blessing. Whether the two stories are true, I cannot testify. I just did my online research and I am sure you too had an idea of the same. It is a sensitive story, that's why I want to go clear about it. Don't forget to like and to subscribe. Thank you.